residential community of Greenview is in Ward 4, and the industrial area is in Ward 9. The Greenview area, including the residential industrial, is located in the northeast quadrant of Calgary, within 15 minutes of downtown and the Calgary International Airport. It is ideally situated, established community within good access to schools, employment centers, downtown, and the commercial area. The industrial area is mostly classified as industrial employee intensive, and the municipal development plan and the areas closer to the residential communities are classified as industrial standard. The Greenview area was initially subdivided in 1910. However, at the time, due to its proximity to Highway 2, the market existed more for industrial than residential uses. Residential development eventually took hold when Thorncliffe Heights was developed in 1954. The community was developed outside the city boundaries, and the developer had to pay for utilities and services. The area was later included within the city of Calgary, and in the 1970s, commercial zoning was reduced after planners determined that an undescribed mix of residential and commercial land uses had developed. In 1991, Thorncliffe was divided into three communities of Thorncliffe, Greenview, and North Haven. More recently, inner-city redevelopment in Calgary is on the rise, and established areas are developing into more dense communities with a mix of housing styles, including existing single-family homes, duplexes, infills, and even apartments or condos. The Greenview residential community has been experiencing a decrease in population and a falling median household income. Labor force participation, however, is high for youth and average for adults over 25. The area has great diversity with an immigrant population of 27.1% and a visible minority population of 26.5%. There is not one immigrant group with a clear majority of residents. Greenview has a very high proportion of its population as renters compared to the rest of Calgary. 61.2% renters in Greenview compared to 27.2% in Calgary as a whole. Although the Nose Creek pathway runs through the community, it is in the middle of the industrial area and is fairly deserted and unpleasant spots. Lakehawk Park, an off-leash dog park, is located north of the Skyline Industrial Area and west of Greenview and Thorncliffe. There are larger parks within driving distance, such as Nose Hill Park, Confederation Park, and Bonus Park. The Fox Hollow Golf Club is in close proximity to the community. There are some natural green spaces within Greenview, but there are few city-maintained public parks. The area is served primarily by the 4 and 5 bus routes along Edmonton Trail and the 72 and 73 bus routes along 32nd Avenue. Although there was an improved north-central LRT alignment running along the Nose Creek within Greenview, it is expected to eventually run on Center Street or Edmonton Trail. No matter which alignment is chosen, Edmonton Trail will be part of the primary transit network, with transit running at least every 10 minutes all day and all week. The Greenview industrial area is lacking in pedestrian facilities. Many streets do not have sidewalks at all and are lined in with driveways. The streets are lined with parked cars and trucks in the area and are very unfriendly to anything but automotive mobility. Edmonton Trail is in line with sidewalks, although they are very narrow in places, and are right next to the busy road with no separation, leading to this very uneasy feeling while walking. The Greenview community appears to have sidewalks on most of the streets, and the area is fairly easy to get around by foot. However, it is surrounded by busy roads which cut off the community from walking into the surrounding areas. The Greenview area is well served by major roadways including 36th Avenue, Deerfoot Trail, McKnight Boulevard, 32nd Avenue, and Edmonton Trail. Edmonton Trail is a primary road running through Greenville Industrial and the Greenview residential neighborhood. It is identified as the urban corridor in the municipal development plan. The businesses in the industrial area mainly include auto body shops, storage facilities, bus parking, auction services, small offices, and light industrial. Many uses are automobile oriented. There are some services included throughout the area, including small restaurants to cater to employees of the industrial area. With the potential likelihood of redevelopment pressures in Greenview, now is a good time to address some opportunities, concerns, and considerations for the area. The industrial area has potential for redevelopment to better integrate with the community and to provide for a more mixed-use neighborhood. Care must be made to ensure that residents and affected commercial interests are part of the decision-making process and to ensure that changes are made with consideration for all. These could include the existing community character, access to and through the industrial area as needed by commuters, employees and businesses, and the continued need for commercial and light industrial areas throughout Calgary. The pedestrian connectivity to the services and amenities in the surrounding communities must be addressed. Pedestrian and bicycle connections must be prioritized in order to allow people to traverse in the area and reach surrounding areas and transit. The pedestrian experience should be maximized with consideration given to sidewalk availability and design, the inclusion of street trees wherever possible, development facing the street such as Edmonton Trail without parking in the way, as well as dealing with the speed of traffic in the area and the availability and safety of crosswalks. The more development of facilities for local shopping, dining, or recreation will go a long way in improving the life of the community of Greenview and would serve to attract new residents, including families. The aim could be to become more of a destination rather than just a community you pass through.